welcome back to Challenge Chill New York. Now let's get into yesterday's news. Hopefully London City Airport will be open fairly soon. Hey. Price cap on energy bills urgently needed to stop consumers from being overcharged. Now, according to the government, they are overcharging. Well, I say they, as in the energy bill companies are overcharging their existing consumers. Now, companies have failed to deliver a fair price for its existing consumers. Now, this comes from a stance where a lot of these competitors, where the government has basically not put a cap, have let them do their own thing. But what's happening is that they're overcharging a lot of people, unfairly overcharging them as well. And they are hitting the poor a lot harder than they should be, which is, I mean, in terms of them coming out and bringing a cap, it could be a very good thing. For a more poorer community, you'll be getting more fairer prices. Now, if you are one of those people that use your energy bills with those key things where you go to the shop and you top it up, like, you know, we pay like a £20 and £20 in a key. Now, they actually have a cap. So there's a limit to how much you can charge people on that, but for anything else, there isn't. But with a key, it's more or less based on how much you want to put on it. And it kind of works that way. But then that can be fairly expensive as well. I don't feel like they last that long. But 12 million consumers stuck on poor value, standard, variable and default tariffs were paying up to $300 a year more than others. $300 a year more than others. Are you listening to that? So let's say let's say I pay £500. Somebody's might are paying $800. Damn! Damn! Like, how are you overcharging someone by £300? Bruh. I mean, to be honest, I haven't really noticed how expensive energy bills is. I mean, in my circumstances, it's fairly simple, very easy, very basic, and it's not even that expensive. But for other people, it's crazy, man, to think. I mean, I've always wanted to know. I mean, I'm assuming the wealthier you are, the more you should pay. I mean, I guess your house is probably bigger. I don't know. You tell me, bruh. I'm just guessing, innit? So I don't know how these poor people are splashing extra 300 bills on an energy bill. I have no idea. But if the government wants to tackle on it, I'm for it. I think energy bills shouldn't be that expensive. Like, come on, we need it anyway. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Like a heater, mate. Anyway, let's go on to the next story. Donald Trump's daughter-in-law, Vanessa Trump, was taken to hospital after opening an envelope containing white powder. Now, I first read it and kind of laughed. I ain't gonna lie, I just didn't get it. I was just like, huh? White powder? Okay, explain to me why that's the thing. Now, they checked the powder and they found that there was nothing in the powder. So I'm still trying to figure out why I took her to hospital. But they were just going just in case, you know, to make sure she's alright. But to be honest, I couldn't care less, and I'm just going to go to the next story. The Oxfam scandal. Now, yesterday I heard about the Oxfam scandal, and I didn't report on it purposely because I'm kind of tired of talking about sexual harassment and just everything to do with all of that groping. It's just long for, man. I feel like it's every day. But, you know, then I was reading something this morning, and then I was like, damn, that's pretty deep. Like, I didn't even know that. I mean, that criminal can be working for Oxfam right now. But let me explain to you why this is very interesting. Now, let me just give you the backstory. Now, 123 cases of alleged sexual harassment has came forward. That also includes attempted rape, exploitation, trading aid for sex. There's also been noted that when Oxfam are doing their charity work in various countries, that you would have sex slaves, or should I say sex workers, or they just work naked in their houses. There was actually a thing called whore workers or whore house or some crap like that. So these Oxfam hierarchies are really exploiting the so-called needy, which they are needy as well because they need us to help them, you know, progress and get a better lifestyle. But obviously, some of these big hierarchies or whoever's working in these countries are like, yo, listen, man, me want some sex, and it's like, what the hell are you doing, bruh? I don't understand. This is why I'm tired of this conversation, man. I'm not going to be surprised if Nike happens to have a Nike scandal or Adidas has a Nike. I really want to understand. Are people surprised? Because I've been going on Twitter I've been seeing people, oh my god, Oxfam, I'm just like, bro, like, why you acting like you're surprised? Everyone's coming out with like 10 years old stories and bringing them to life today. It's just facts. Like, sure. Now, there's 23,000 volunteers that's had no criminal check who currently work in the 650 stores that the Oxfam currently have, I believe, in this country, which is amazing. That's what I said. You can be a criminal and do this. Now, I do understand that Oxfam do also accept community service students. Like, that's something that students, you know, community service, what they call, but people that are doing community service, whatever. They do accept those who basically, you know, well, they're not really volunteering, but they're forced to work a couple of hours to get rid of their community service hours. And so that I really know, but the fact that there's over 23,000 volunteers that's never had a criminal check is bloody amazing. Like, bloody hell. I mean, I could just roll up there and be like, yo, we want a job still. And I could be like some bloody shotter, stabber, rapist. They wouldn't even know. It's crazy. So that's why I really wanted to bring out this story, because a lot of people talk about the situation with Uber and how Uber don't check their people. So it's interesting to see now another big company is also not really checking their people. So I really want to know who does and who doesn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's been a couple of jobs that I've been for and they've said, yeah, we're going to do a criminal check. And they never have. So it's interesting, because there's been times when I get told I'm going to get a criminal check. I go there, I never have one. And there's been people that's had one. I'm not going to bring the company I used to work for. When I worked in a school, I never had one. I don't know why. That I never had one. I'm supposed to, you know, I'm dealing with kids, but never had one. So it's interesting. That's what was interesting to me. That bloody hell, people really do get away with it. I could have been a serial killer for what they know, chilling with people's kids. But anyway, then we go to the next story. Man filmed himself beating up a toddler to blackmail his grandparents. Now the interesting thing is, he was doing it for 130 quid. He didn't want like an extravagant fee of £10,000 or, you know, their full savings account. He was after 130 quid. Like, bloody hell, man, how cheap are you? And then it's his daughter as well, 18-month-old daughter. You know, like, I'm thinking, like, there's so many ways he could have blackmailed them if he needed to blackmail someone for 30 quid. But an 18-month-old daughter, and it's yours. What sort of father are you, man? Like, God, I don't know, things like this pisses me off, man. 17 years in prison, though. Is that enough, though? I don't know. I mean, bloody hell. I remember there was a woman that got away for not going to prison when she dropped her child and kicked her in the face, whatever she was doing, and she got no jail time, and she got like, what, a couple of hours of community service. So, I don't know. Are men and women treated differently in the bloody courtroom? Looks like it. But 17 years, yeah, I can agree with 17 years. I don't know if he should come out for good behavior though, because I really want him to know what he wants to do with his money. If he's buying drugs, he's a certified waste man. Like, why are you beating up your daughter for 130 quid? Like, what the hell? That's a pair of trainers. I don't know, man. But 17 years, yeah, you gotta enjoy that jail time, bro. Police woman quit after Sergeant Paul Nightingale groped her. Now, this is a very interesting story because, you know, people talk about police forcemen and expect them to be like, you know, the go-to for whenever you're in danger. Well, a lot of them are corrupt too. Let me just remind you of that. And this is a sergeant, like he's one of the leaders, you know what I'm saying? Like Sergeant Paul! But anyways, so he groped her ass, kissed her neck, and demanded sex. And the lady was called Lisa Myers. Now that's, oh man, can you just imagine, like, you're chilling, I think it was a birthday party, they're chilling, doing their own thing. He's married, by the way, if you at the time. Paul Nightingale, the son, is married, they're chilling, doing the thing. He grabs her ass, kisses her neck, and be like, yo, B, let's have sex. Like, what is wrong with you? You're a bloody police officer. Like, what the hell? But yeah, shout out to Lisa Myers, man. I salute to you for coming out with this story and getting him fired, I hope. And I don't want to see crap like that again. But you know what? I'm ready to leave the story right here. I'm already upset at the fact that we have police officers trying to seduce women. God damn! You're supposed to be saving us, bruh. You're supposed to be saving us. What the hell are you doing? Like, for real, what the hell are you doing? But, I don't know if I should be doing a story again, but I'll figure that out later because the camera died at some point. And I'm going on, so I'll see you back here again for the sports. Chelsea yesterday played a game against West Brom at Albion. Man like Sturridge lasted 3 minutes. Hazard scored 2 goals and Victor Moses got a goal. Well, Chelsea won 3-0 and West Brom and Sturridge are back to basics because Sturridge ain't going to be the answer to the problem. He's still getting injured. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I mean, yeah, Chelsea back in the top 4. I mean, we kind of guessed it anyways. Yeah, whatever. Let's get to the next story. Jose Mourinho ready to sell Jones this morning. You know, as a Man United fan, I like Phil Jones. He's just always injured. So, this morning, it's very tall and good in the air. So, it's a difficult one. But if we can get a world-class centre-back, I'm all for it. Depending on who the centre-back is. Like, I'm talking, like, you know what I'm saying, a Ramos or, like, you know what I'm saying, PK. Someone who's popping. I ain't trying to see no Maguire from Leicester City. Nah, hell no. I ain't want to see that crap. But if you can get a dope player in, I'm down. But if you're selling Phil Jones this morning, can you sell him to somebody not competing for the top 6, please? Like, I'll prefer that. Champions League football are back in business. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Barcelona versus Man City today and Juventus versus Spurs. What are your predictions? My prediction, I'll start with the Barcelona Man City game. I would say Man City to win 3-0. Easy game. Bloody Basel, mate. Juventus versus Spurs, I'll give it to Juve 2-0. Easy peasy. Pochettino going back to his homeland, well not his homeland, but he had a very great successful career in Italian football. I think he played for Napoli, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. But yeah, people are showing a lot of love in Italy, and yeah, they should get a lot of love and praises. Anyway, let me go back to another story to do with the Winter Olympic. I said go back as well. Go to the next story. Chloe Kim was half-pipe gold medal, so she won a gold medal for the US. And Japan's Kei Soto given first doping ban ever by a Japanese athlete in the Winter Olympics. Doping ban is something that people talk about all the time, especially within athletics. It seems to be something that people seem to still do in 2018. You get caught and people still do it. So it's interesting to see that people are still doing it. But anyways, you know, enough about me talking about that. Let me give you some highlights of Winter Olympics and I'll see you back in a second. Peace.
Confidence and experience shining through, but what's it going to look like here?
Massive. Oh my goodness, legs forged from steel. Box clever there. Opened up. I think that was going to be a cap double under.
Look at that. Very well decorated career with a second gold medal.
7th in Sochi 4 years ago. Matt Graham from Australia. Ball twisting back somersault to kick things off. But Mikael Kingsbury is the Olympic Mums champion at last. The world #1 fulfills his dream and wins the biggest prize in mogul skiing.
Hope you guys enjoyed the little highlights there for the Winter Olympics, and that's it. Done for the sports. I'll be back here tomorrow. More Winter Olympics madness, more whatever madness there is to talk about, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Peace.